Team Liquid might still find themselves with a win here if they can do the requisite amount of damage with Baron.
Yep, they're feeling like they're advantaged in a 5v5, which is why they're seeming to group up like this. I'm still thinking Lorlo should be pushing mid lane, and they should be playing a little bit of at least a 4-1 game because of the mobility they have in their solo lanes.
Yeah, looks like Lolo actually tangling with Sarah. Gonna call Lyra over, and Apollo's actually in there as well. So this should be an easy tier 2 turret for Team Liquid. It's gonna get harder to take the inhibitor turrets, and with Baron dropping in 20 seconds, I don't think they're gonna get any here, but Team Liquid have maybe a wave left to try and push this in.
Yeah, also very hard to push against Ziggs Jace. Tremendous wave clear. You see it on display there.
Team Liquid decide not to overcommit, just take the 2 turrets they got. They're now 6 turrets to 3, taking all the outers plus the tier 2, so it's just that base to break, but with Baron buff now dropping, Envy can reset the map a bit. Sure, they're 6,000 gold behind, which isn't ideal, but things will get better as the game goes on, and Envy at least stop the game from ending.
Yeah, and just recapping, it was very close before the Baron. 6 minutes ago, Envy was potentially winning the game and dictating a little bit to Team Liquid, but they tried the Baron play one too many times. Kind of backfired, and now you're looking at Lorlo, who's in a position to kind of carry this game. As long as he can eliminate Apollo at the start of the fight, he's fully itemized for armor, and it's going to be nigh impossible for Lyra and Ninja to kill him in a swift fashion.
Pretty big Baron power play as well for Team Liquid. Up 3,200 gold after it all. Elder Dragon also on the table, so I think Team Liquid trying to play this a little more textbook and just take the big objectives off the map. Lolo getting bottom lane going as well, as he's going to move down there with his teleport ready. Envy trying to force something. Double X is pretty squishy if Apollo can find the damage with his burst.
Exactly. The main thing Team Liquid have to worry about is all clumping up for a Ziggs and a Jace combo, but if they can avoid that happening and spread out the fight, it should be pretty okay.
Yeah, Redemption unlock it there for Matt's going to help versus a lot of that here. Rainover finds a Cocoon, but it's only onto Hakuo. They're going to go in for it though. Realm Warp going to try and fight him in, but Piglet's just using it as a bait. Lolo finally getting his way in there, but Hakuo takes so much damage and lives to tell the tale. Apollo deters him from coming through the choke with the ultimate. Team Liquid used a lot there, but didn't get very much.
Yeah, Hakuo and Apollo did lose ultimate, so that's a decent amount of counter engage gone if Team Liquid were to try another initiation, which they may, as the Elder Drake is pulling Envy in.
Lolo trying to bait someone in. Hakuo now going to get bursted down. Damage is there, not quite. Does finally get him, but I think Rainover... No, didn't quite die.
My voice is a little bit better today.
Getting chased on by Piglet, as Piglet's just now going to rampage through the back end of the fight. Double it, flashes over the wall. He already took out the Poppy. He wants to get Apollo as well. Team Liquid, a 4-0 team fight win.
And they have a mini wave in the top side. Only one person remaining, which is Apollo. Pretty good wave clear, but Matt's caught him.
Trying to lock him down, but Apollo should be able to seal the deal. Apollo goes down. There's the ace. And now the base going to get broken.
Yeah, and that was just Team Liquid removing Envy's counter engage spells with the first engage, then pulling them into the Elder Drake with the second one, and getting the team fight they needed.
Team Liquid going to rush in for the game now. They break the top in here, but they're going to take the Nexus turrets with the Envy. Still not up. 5 seconds left. Hakuo can make it back in, but the damage is too much. Team Liquid will take the first Nexus and go up in the series versus Envy.
All right, so the first win with this new Team Liquid roster comes against Envy in Game 1. Still have to be able to win the series, so a little bit of happiness from Team Liquid, but they still need to remain focused for the rest of the series.
Certainly do, but a very strange Game 1. Kind of subdued. We didn't expect that from either of these teams. Envy has looked pretty explosive in the early game generally, and certainly with Piglet and Doublelift on the roster, Team Liquid has been playing aggressively in their lanes, but the first 10-15 were quiet. It was a very close game until about 20-25, and then it really just was that one Baron play.
Kind of want to Jhin probably have enough wave clear.
Envy's early to mid game was pretty good, yeah, once again, but it really just fell apart as soon as they started to go for the macro plays. We've seen this story again and again. Lorlo before the game said it was probably going to be a competitive series. That was a competitive game. Those teams battled it out for most of it. It's just once Lorlo got the stacking armor and the 6 kills onto Camille, he seemingly could do whatever he wanted.
Looked pretty good there. We are going to throw it over to the analysts to see what they make of that Liquid win.
Thank you very much, Pastry Time. We make, a hell of a lot of good for Team Liquid out of that win, because we have to remember the importance of this matchup in particular. These are our bottom place teams, right? Tied in the standings in that 10th place spot. Now, although unlikely that either of these teams, although mathematically possible, will make it to playoffs, more so looking at avoiding relegation, and the importance of beating the team that you're tied with in the standings above all else I mean, pressure is riding high in this matchup.
Yeah, I mean, it's very hard for them to get all the way back up to playoffs. I think, you know, just the fact that so many of the teams that are also battling for playoffs now are winning, like Dignitas, like you said, Immortals looking good. So like I think it's very difficult for them to get all the way back up there, but you want to get as many wins as you can because you can still potentially avoid that relegation spot.
Avoid relegation, or playing in the relegation tournament altogether,
better seeding.
But or just better seeding. So once again, a lot of pressure and probably tension riding on this matchup, but Team Liquid able to put together a really solid win here. And let's take a look at how they do it. They go ahead and put that Camille in the top lane, putting some faith in Lorlo on the carry champions, as we've seen him have success in the past on the likes of Fiora and such. But really, it's about then supporting that pick, right? And where does that come? Comes from Reignover.
Right, no surprise, Reignover is one of the most important members for Team Liquid in the early game, and I think it's a really interesting matchup versus Lyra because we talk about how important he is for Envy's early game as well. And for the most part this year, Reignover has had smart jungle pathing. It's usually off the back of his playmaking that he ends up falling behind or his mistakes. And so we see in this game that he's actually able to neutralize a lot of Lyra's plays or just get ahead of him. So here, he goes to the counter jungle, not there, is able to turn into a topside gank, which looks really bad when you kind of see it. But when you consider what they actually blew, it wasn't much. They got a free flash out of the Poppy. Here, they're able to collapse onto Lyra, who is trying to get some counter jungling away. Just really risky to do with no support from his mid laner, who's back in base. Maybe didn't expect Reignover to be there. And then after that kill, he's able to get one in the bot lane as well. So you're seeing him influence all three lanes here, where Lyra, once again, trying to open up onto the bot lane. Reignover's there to cover it. So this is usually what we see out of Lyra, getting kind of flipped back onto him.
Right, but it is a little bit more a return to norm for Reignover, right? Again, this would have been the expectation of 2017. Reignover is going to be in your face.
Actually, I kind of want to see.
On all of your ganks, counter.
Watch. Immortals versus TSM.
If you land a good Bard ultimate, like that can set you up for a sweeping team fight.
Yeah, you've got 4 big AoE ultis from Immortals right now. You can land the True Shot Barrage against it, Cassius against it, and the Nautilus follow-up is there. So team fight power is here, and Dardoch, if he has the same early game as last time, could break this game apart.
Meanwhile, on TSM side, the Ashe Arrow picks have been crucial in the mid game when people have been wandering around. And the Rise ultimates, we've already seen Bjergsen have a lot of YouTube highlights with those ones.
Yes.
Help out with some rotations, help out with those objective trading maneuvers that you do get to when you're closer to ending it out.
Got a big brain. We'll see if he can make this one happen here. TSM, 200 IQ plays. We'll see if they can put that together. But it's going to be a fun one. TSM down 1 game in the series. Immortals with a very well-played early game. Dardoch basically 2-0'd Svenskeren in the first, 8 minutes of the game, 6 minutes of the game, something like that. Something ridiculous. Smoke in the jungle.
And he's back on Rengar.
He's back on Rengar. This time maybe a different matchup with the Grays coming through for Svenskeren, and TSM hoping to bounce back from a Game 1 loss that they so very often suffer. You can see TSM several banners denoting that they have been several-time North American champs, but now, here we go. Game 2, TSM looking for the comeback, hoping to take control of first. But if Immortals can close this one out, they end the week in a 4th place tie. Better than so many expected from Immortals, but they can do it with Dardoch on point, with Ole feeling better about his spot in the team. Immortals can make an 11th hour climb in the standings.
And man, is it getting exciting here from that playoff race. TSM obviously do want to push this to game number 3 so they can remain near the top side. Talking about the playoff race, I mean, even the buys are still highly prized as well.
At this point, Phoenix 1 is only, I think, 2 matches behind 2nd place, and if TSM loses, 2 matches behind 1st place, with 4 to play for all the squads at the end of the week.
And with Cloud9 losing, they could actually, finally move ahead.
We'll see. Of course, Phoenix 1 nor Cloud9 not in this game, but let's see what happens. Early poke by Wild Turtle. I know the crowd went wild. Unintentional pun. But TSM, they got the ward. 10 gold to Hanser. Way bigger lead than what Wild Turtle got. TSM smashing the early game.
Well, they're going to continue on with this invade, it looks like. Dardoch does not want to give up on his red quadrant, though. He is staying here. Flame is ready to help him out, and they will converge on this. It's 2 opposite sides, though. That's always dangerous because the 2-member TSM squad can just turn on you.
Do some damage to the Raptors. Here comes
Ole.
That's 4-2, though! With the early roam. Svenskeren gets some of it. Pillbow to the hero as well. Sven on the wrong side of this fight. satchels over the wall, and Sven, there's no chance he lives
Start
here.
counting now. What was it? 4 seconds. 5 seconds.
Dardoch has a kill.
6 seconds.
Like 100% Dardoch has a kill, but it's actually going to be a lot of damage out of Sven. Dardoch has to respect this a little bit. Damage is there, 400 gold. No assist, but it only would have been 100 gold. And Dardoch has 3 straight kills on Svenskeren in the early game.
Holy moly. That, I mean, it just feels like they're not respecting, not thinking about like anything here. The longer that you stay in vision in enemy territory, you have to assume that they're sending more people over, right? So if you are not sending more team members, then you just have to assume you're going to be outnumbered. This is the enemy jungle. They can easily send more people, and Ole heads over, and they chase him right out of that one. Dardoch, once again, will be feeling very confident here. Let's see if he can snowball in a similar fashion, because it's not quite as devastating. Bottom lane actually going super aggro.
The flash Q to ignite a zombie, but it's not enough damage. Now Cody-san's forced to kite. He's got minion aggro. Takes a lot of damage from Biofrost.
Oh man, the cannon plus ranged minions there did just as much as the ignite and autos from Ole onto Wild Turtle. So in fact, after the trade, both AD carries end up at similar health pools.
And worth pointing out that when Ole did roam up, Cody-san was denied. Cody actually missed pretty much the entire first wave.
Pretty funny continued invade though. The reason why TSM bottom lane was coming from that angle, Svenskeren went back at it. Died inside enemy jungle, goes back to the invade, takes away blue right after grabbing his own red.
Yep, and that's level 3 for both of these junglers just now grabbed. So XP a bit equal, but of course an extra longsword makes Dardoch happy. Kind of knows what happened with the Graves. He can see the Scuttle Crab ring near his side of the map. Smite up for both these players. Nice pickup by Sven. Well played there. Dardoch getting a lot of damage, so he's going to go for the play. One more hit will do it, but he's under the turret. Dardoch, good luck, buddy.
Yeah,
He's
don't
done.
give an assist. Don't give any
buff.
extra money over, and you don't want exactly the buffs or the money to a mid laner, else you get flamed by your mid laner.
Bit more damage across, but Summoner Heal used by Cody-san for the chase power doesn't turn into much. It is Wild Turtle pushed away, though, but look at this, a 10 minion lead. Going to be softened slightly. Yeah. Very interesting bot lane all the same.
Definitely a slugfest, but all in all, gold evened back up here for TSM because of the... Ooh, actually, wait around a bit, just a quick trade, never mind. Because of the continued proactive moves, even after failing on the initial invade.
Bo Belter up against Jensen, having a bit of a better time than he has been for much of the year. He vindicated himself nicely yesterday against High, and he did pretty well in Game 1 against TSM. Bo Belter had been very down on himself for how he had been playing. He was, and maybe still is, the mid-lane death leader in the North American LCS. But I believe he's 3 deathless games in a row now, and hoping to fix that record.
Also, best Katarina so far in the North American LCS.
Fair.
And only.
Who he played a while back.
Oh!
Wasn't good with Bo Belter, though.
You know what? You're right. I
am
retract
right.
my statement. He also had a pretty good game, so.
Yeah, I'm right about something.
Woo! You got me. Regardless, though, had another good opening game in this series. Got a good matchup in this particular game as well. And should be able to even up these CS pretty neatly.
Yeah, looks like good things are ahead for Immortals right here. And well, it's the 100 gold lead for TSM, though. They're actually winning in farm in a lot of places. The bot lane up 12 right now. Ole's roam did hurt Cody-san a little bit, but also you can make complaints for how Immortals played the duo lane a little bit. Let's see, as Wild Turtle is the biggest leader on the team right now.
Yeah, this bottom lane has been feisty, and you can tell with Ole's Ignite coming back up and the exhaust.
Alright, fuck it, I'll
pretty
just play
similar
this.
timing from Biofrost.
Minions are coming soon.
His supports are going to feel definitely like they have options to go aggressive again. Meanwhile, both AD carries still worried about the junglers. Hawkshot goes out, just barely misses Dardoch. That might give false confidence, actually. Dardoch heads right down. That Hawkshot barely passed by him, didn't see him. It's not level 6 yet, so that's definitely something for TSM bottom lane. They don't have to be as worried, but might just take a Bard tunnel.
League is a little bit too loud for me.
Right on a Biofrost and Turtle. A couple of slows are there. That's not going to go for the root, but for the extra Q. The damage comes across. Dardoch has 3 kills now. Jumps in from the rush.
I really like that. At first I was like, oh, why did Ole go for that odd angle? You
Damn,
can
I'm bad.
get more distance with the Bard tunnel. chance to see Dardoch before he's on top. So he set up the snowball freak. Yep, another kill for Dardoch. Bottom lane is snowballing.
Yep. The entire game scoreline is Dardoch. 3-1-0 is exactly what's going
All
on there.
kills and deaths belong to him.
Yep. All champion combat is just Dardoch. And it's good because he, again, has been inconsistent. He's had some really bad games, and I always like when players do well regardless of what team they're on. And Dardoch playing well is good for him and good for Immortal fans, good for Dardoch fans, and maybe bright things ahead for him. Game's still very close, but the thing is the farm has been going very much TSM's way. Despite these kills, it is a tied game.
That's a perfect point, Freak, because while it is similar in the fact that Dardoch is snowballing, the overall game is not snowballing. And you can't really carry over a defensive mindset from your previous games. TSM, since they have, dropped quite a few single game defensive threes, are definitely not a team that does that. They don't carry over past failures into this game. I won't be playing scared, but you have to keep this in mind as this is not a similar situation where the entire game is getting out of control. Immortals have to definitely be wary.
And I think they can, though. I feel like Dardoch and Oli are playing very well together. Keep in mind, Cody Sun's on Ezreal, which is the best possible bot lane for 1v2 lane. And Oli's running around, like, helping Dardoch steal stuff. He gives him magical journeys out of the jungle and all this, and it feels like good things are coming. Yeah. I do think that the chances of snowballing this game are still there. Flame and Hops are spotted in the 1v1, and they're not going to find much of a trade on a Bjerg sim, but Dardoch looks like he wants top lane in a tank-v-tank matchup. Stun's going to be there, and
Alright, I'll just be carried by my Wu this game.
yeah, now it's going to be a burned ulti. Going to get onto the jump, going to get the kill. Now Dardoch has to choose how to use the ferocity. It's going to be for more damage. Double kill comes through once again. The scoreline is Dardoch versus TSM.
Yeah, Dardoch said, what are you talking about? Overall game state? I am the game state. 5 more kills. Jeez. All right, yeah, he's able to clean up this whoopsie-daisy flash from Flame. At first I was like, wait, did he pull some kind of crazy flash cancel animation combo? No. That was just a mistell there on the flash. And then he's able to get this one as well with Pobelter roaming up.
And that was crucial that Pobelter roamed before Bjergsen did, because Poet has been hard pushing lane the entire time, and Dardoch coming up, Sven coming up, I don't know if you realized that Bjergsen was late to play.
Exactly, and it's something we talk about when the overall gold in the game is similar, but if your jungler is fed, it does so much more because the enemy team has to guess where that gold is and where that power is, and it allows the mid lane to confidently push up like that, even more so than maybe he would be, considering the mid lane CS is actually pretty close. And Bjergsen actually had a little bit extra money in his pockets, but has to definitely give way to the matchup, to the extra jungle support, and supporting that's coming through.
From all this game, the gold lead finally is meaningful for Immortals. They finally opened themselves up here. Bot lane is stabilizing and farm, mid lane the same.
And, while we're watching the tanks bang on each other, the Dardoch invading once again, taking away this blue buff and dropping a lot of those advanced wards into the enemy jungle on the actual camp here. He's trying to take away the purple drink though. No vision. I think they should be able to get away with it.
Nicely done. You mentioned it. You don't always know where the gold lead is, but in this case, the gold lead was over on the top lane with Dardoch on that Rengar pushing the blue. Maybe a couple of seconds bought by Ole, looking for the steal. Not probably going to happen. There's a good smite, and Sven jumps the wall. But good by TSM to figure out. I don't know if they deduced where he was, or if they just managed to get the play because of the bot lane priority, but losing team takes a Drake is well played.
Again, like we said for last game, TSM, they're making plays on the opposite side of the map. Trying to get things in the strong side for them. Inferno is definitely one of the biggest prizes that they could come away with at this point. They'll be very happy to rely on that one because they still have all their turrets. They can still try and grind out this farm. It is a bit difficult to avoid Rengar, but we've seen how they're able to react because they do have Ash Arrow. Bjergsen should be able to gain a lot of distance as far as catching up in the roaming, even if Pobelter gets the first step. You can always realm warp to try and make it a little bit easier.
See what they can get next. Dardoch still wants to be powerful and roam around the map and be the gold lead. He is going for some lethalities. There you go. You've got the more aggressive Rengar build at your fingertips. Towards what's probably via Yomu's, checks for some wards, and here comes the bot lane dive. Can it be matched? Ooh, nice knockup. Well played by Biofrost. Perfect timing. Blocks all of the damage on Wild Turtle, but doesn't matter because the bot lane push is here. We'll have to wait for the next wave, but it's a good true shot barrage. It'll buy a few turret shots back.
Yeah, TSM trying to make up time there on the mid lane, and Immortals make a good call to not bring every single person. They don't need Poe Belter all the way down on the bottom side to ensure that they get that one. And he just stops the counter push from TSM while almost
They can't
still
quite
getting
get
it. Olay wasn't there.
Flash out of Dardock, Archangel out of Cody Sun, grabs the quick full of health, Prelix speeds away. The flash, the knockback beautifully done by Hanser, and Dardock is the goalie, but he's also the shutdown. The kill comes through to Wild Turtle, making it 2-5.
So I don't think they needed Poe Belter, but they did need Olay. He went off on one of those chime journeys for Bard, I think, warding up in the red quadrant jungle. Without his extra damage, they didn't finish off the turret. TSM turned it around. They get the shutdown on the guy that had every single kill.
Yep.
It's actually a large chunk of gold and almost brought the whole game back to even once again if you consider the turret as well.
Absolutely, a lot of money just flooding into TSM coffers off that play. Nicely done by them. They managed to play around the deficit very, very well. Yeah, it's a mistake by Immortals. Still props to TSM for getting that flank off.
Exactly. I mean, the reason Immortals felt so confident there in sending off the Belter and then even Olay, which probably was ill-advised, was because how well, you know, the game went for him. But TSM, they see them split and they inch back in, a little bit dangerous, but it pays off very big.
Easy peasy.
If it doesn't involve Dardock, TSM have more gold as a team thanks to the turrets.
Roaming up to the top side here, there's not only these two in the bush, but also coming up the river, you see a couple.
No. Oh, and Biofrost in front of him gets the double wild growth, but the roots are there. A ton of CC and a couple more shots will do it. Can't quite turn it around. But what a nicely aimed shot right there. Front into the wall. One kill picked up. Make it two. The roam is there. And a safe magical journey out. Nicely done. The Immortals Tower Dive works beautifully.
Let's see the
I need a lot more gold, but I mean, whatever.
to the other side. Actually, Hep just changing his mind, recalling. No play gonna happen, and it's an unanswered top dive here.
Shit. He's dead.
Stick around for more. Garrett, he's actually just catastrophically misplaying this game. Gives away another kill.
Good
Why
stop
does that
there.
happen?
Good stop there by Flame at the end too, because there were no more minions left. Just on the outside of the range. The tower would have swapped back over to Dardock and landed.
Just need Wu to get fed and carry.
Stops on the edge, lets him out.
Jhin shouldn't be a problem in the game. The Thresh getting kills is useless right now.
I've done that before where I killed a teammate.
The dude doesn't use gold.
But here we go. Here's this move. As you said, you know, they were moving up with the roam from Olay as well, bringing Poe Belter once again.
And Olay's trying to run away under his turret. Answer's got grass. They got the damage, and TSM do get a trade kill back. And finally, Dardock has not 100% his team's deaths. Another kill comes through from TSM. And they're inching their way back into this game, but you know, other than that nice bot lane first turret pickup, it's still been Immortals making some really great plays and breaking this game open for them.
Yeah. Definitely some much needed gold there for TSM. Their pickup of the kill on Olay, but not going to make up any meaningful ground as far as tower damage or you know, any sort of vision control. So they're still in the thick of it here. And while a lot of people give TSM a lot of room with losing the first game in a series because they have this kind of history of coming back in them and making a lot of big improvements further on, it gets very scary when you start looking at kill discrepancies like this in game number 2. So they definitely have to buckle it up if they want to keep this series going. And Immortals, eyes start to get a little wide here.
Yeah.
When you've got this big of a lead in this series as well as this particular game.
And it's Dardock especially, looking at individual gold totals, there is not anyone aside from Olay who's head on gold not named Dardock. Flames behind, Provoke behind, Cody behind 400 gold. It really is about the two roamers that have to actually create the plays for a moment.
And in general, the strategy against Rangars that are going full damage like this right into lethality is not only to patch up your defensive armor, but also to group up a little bit more. You know, have the buddy system enacted, go hand in hand, because you don't want to give him any sort of one-on-one or even sometimes one-on-two potential. Power in numbers, safety in numbers.
Hmm.
pretty tanky, but so Baron up on the top side seems like more of a counter tank situation. Trying to screen for Hunter there, because that is a
Damn.
Right now, there's not. Bjergsen not playing aggressively on a Pobel, so he was playing very much past the river. And Dardoch only has a few words to give and can't give him a lot of vision to make the split push safe.
Yeah. Speaking of vision, most of it is around mid lane for Immortals.
At least we got first tower.
They've been trying to move it up a bit into the jungle, but TSM currently are a bit thin. And they have 2 control wards in it.
Ah, damn, I knew that was gonna happen.
They don't have a lot of options as far as
Oops.
plays. That's why Sven's kind of moving up and down the river, looking for a mid or top lane counter game, depending on the ways at the moment. Now, another thing is important from look at this play here from Bjergsen. He's running up the lane behind Haunter here. They really are putting a lot of effort into setting up counter plays because they're thinking that Dardoch might go for the top side. After the recall is completed here, though, they're going to have Haunter hold onto the minions down bottom while they try to overload top side to get a trade. Those turret trades we're talking about is the best you really hope for when you're down like this. So then everyone shove it down, and hopefully for them, Haunter will survive. But not quite a
Like Oligan is ult, so he's back at top. That's not going to happen here. Bot lane 2-3 traded for top lane outer. Cody's going to try to wave through his own ult.
Yeah, it's a possibility. Dardoch was bottom. Now he's going for Turtle.
Lot of damage. Oh my word, that is some damage. That was staying alive. Flashes in, does get the kill, but he's going to lose his life, and I'm not really sure if it's worth it. Well, away an assist on it.
Here come the rest of Immortals, and Temper Fate is still available.
Gonna find Bjergsen. 4v4, but they're missing their gold. This fight's gonna be close. Done to Bjergsen. Pobelter CC'd up for a bit. The damage out of the backline. They're gonna try to blow up the Rise. He's not quite gonna go down. Finally, they get him for Pobelter, but it's a trade of mid laners. One down on each side. Now Haunter being chased. Flame's gonna land. The Root gonna land a bit more damage. Cody's still on the chase. It is a 3 versus 3. Not gonna land the stun as Ole. Blasting him out of range. 2-for-2 fight. Decent for TSM, I feel like.
Ooh, very good. Talking about trading, even though it's not, they didn't, make a whole bunch of gold off of this. Trading is kind of the best deals that you really hope for in those situations. And man, Dardoch just powers through this one. Feels like, you know what? If I kite, they're gonna chase me down. The exhaust flow will chain into Ash flows, and if I get too far away from this rush, I have no strides left to turn anything around. Does get the kill, and then this is doing collapse. Even though Ole had a really good combo there onto Bjergsen, Pobelter had a similar sort of situation here where Haunter got in, and if Haunter was able to take out the enemy mid laner around the same time, yes. So TSM were able to change there.
Of course, that was Immortals Corner there. While playing this 0-0-6, it was an extra cooldown used by
That's really true. You gotta chalk up every little bit. And you can't forget about that sneaky Infernal Drake TSM got earlier. That one starts really paying off here.
keep some dividends on this one. Bjergsen looking to scale up. He's got a lot of age. That's a 5 stack. Not far away from finishing Sarah's net. Now a move up as well means Deep Fight Power is in for Rise.
TSM actually might consider themselves, the ones with the initiative because they have that teleport and they have Ash Arrow ready. Dardoch laying in wait.
Getting destroyed. Nicely done. Turtle gets the boosts up from Lulu, and out they go.
What they're waiting for here is Pobelter. The Cassiopeia is a huge part of your DPS in any sort of skirmish, so without him, they didn't want to pull the trigger on mid lane, and they end up giving that turret more money to TSM.
For bot lane, Dardoch looping through the jungle. Ole's coming around as well. Temper Fate buys the time they need, and bit of a missed shot there with the grounding, and Dardoch actually pushed out of the jungle, nearly dies the fight. But it should be enough to kill off Haunter. No way out for that one. And yes, Pobelter gets the kill.
Yeah, Dardoch kind of screens for them there. Although he almost died, he kept some scans from entering that little skirmish, and Immortals do pick up a kill on the long lane there, but it's not going to provide them a lot of pressure as top lane pushed all the way up to your turret, so you kind of have to send Flame up there, and they want you to grab those things.
Banners though, Freak. Stardock gonna share the gold. Make sure dies a bit faster and puts the goalie back to 2K. Immortal's gonna hard shove this wave as well. And keep in mind, you're pushing the bot lane while Poe is still with the Cloud Ring. Not gonna be stopped doing so. There will be a wave of bot lane that Immortal will have to answer at some point, or they just lose the gold. And Poe Velter wants in. He's not gonna find much for it.
Hello.
It's gonna be the battle against Bjergsen. The chase is there. The slows the CC. He's just running for him now. Somebody heal to buy some time. And here comes the re-engagement. Cody's son has joined the fight.
Yeah, we will carry. We'll be fine.
Nice re-engage by TSM off the Ash Arrow. Nice fight away, and it's going to be a survival for the bot lane. Biofrost gets away. Nicely done, TSM. They get that kill onto Ole.
Yeah, definitely touching the
Okay.
Immortals would have lost more there, but they had such extensive vision. They saw the TSM collapse. All in all, though, still, TSM happy to get gold, even if it's at the cost of giving up these Cloud Drakes. This does mean that it's going to be a very fast Rengar when it comes at you with the ultimate, but TSM would like just any sort of extra kills or extra waves they can push up, just in order to get the combat stats here for their team fight, or just the power to kill whoever gets hit with the Ash Arrow, because this game is fairly close as far as combat power does go. Only a couple thousand gold. Yeah.
Basically nothing. On the part of Sunfire, he's got the answer.
Again, looking at Ole, they are roaming up for another pick here. The Bard and Rengar combo, good at picking. Poe Delva.
Lands is slow. He got the chase. And Bjergsen, he can keep going for this one. Rengar with these bots, and that could be the damage. The jump from the brush, and Dardock can't quite get it. Poe Velter will lands the poison, and the kill comes through against the TSM mid laner.
All right, Haunter is pushing on the bottom side for TSM, so now they're trying to just stall here. Pings onto Baron already. This is a 25-minute Baron with very incomplete vision.
But it's going to be enough. Haunter on the other side of the map does have teleport, and here comes TSM coming into the mid lane.
Teleport channeling now, 8,000 health on Baron. It's dropping quickly though.
Gonna rush this down. It's gonna be a 5v4 inside the pit. How's it gonna go? Sven's gonna get the steal. He does seem to have smite. It's gonna be healed off towards Haunter. They're gonna jump across the wall, but Sven's stuck in the pit, and he can't kill Baron just yet. He's still trying, but it's not the killer to Poe Velter. Sven's gonna run out of HP. They've already killed off Dardock, though. TSM's winning this fight, and Sven's gonna get it. What a catastrophe for Immortals at 3-for-0, and it's gonna be more. Cody Sun's not gonna find much. The ace plus the Baron in the 4v5 for TSM.
Holy moly, they've got a huge minion wave as well. What a giant turnaround. An ace without giving up anybody, getting a Baron, getting a bunch of turrets. This game is now tremendously in TSM's favor. They should be able to get inhibitor turret off this easily.
They're going to get a ton right now, 10 seconds or more on the average recall as TSM have the faintest of minion waves. A couple of cats been fucking it now. This will be at least the inhibitor turret. I don't know if they stay for the inhib. They will not. They'll grab their golden league with their 5,000 benefits.
Tragedy strikes the Immortals lineup here. They got a successful pick onto Bjergsen, but TSM come in with the 4v5, plus Sven is doing Baron this whole time, so it's almost a 3v5 team fight. But then Immortals are also split as Dardock tried to go back to then answer this fight to Baron. Baron plays the 6-man here, getting multiple kills, and they get the full chase here for TSM.
Those health bars were so low. You know if Immortals played that fight better, they would have outdamaged them and gotten the kills off, but there was some level of split focus. They went back to fight Spencer instead of killing the rest of the team, and ended up giving the kills away to that, and you can see the damage up. But in that fight, Wild Turtle, 6,000, just safe in the back line, did all the damage needed. Baron Nashor could be more, but still, good by Wild Turtle.
Holy crap, guys. Holy shit. What a fucking guide.
Pushes in. TSM like to knock this turret down. Lead of 4,000 gold going to become 5 here. Arrow hits Cody Sun, but the Arcane shifts a bit to safety. We're going to be okay with that one.
If they are even done yet. I mean, Bjergsen going for the Realm Warp into the inhibitor.
And here they are, all 5 are in. That's going to be a dropped inhib rapidly. Ole, not much to do.
I should have forgot about wards. Oh well, they're all dead.
This Baron power play, they still have a minute and 20 seconds left on it, and they've got almost more than their entire lead off of that single play.
Immortals have to recoup. They have to recover from this, whether in this game or the next. TSM came back from a game where Dardoch was like individually 6-1 or something. They managed to make the mid-game play they needed. Immortals kicking themselves for this Baron call. But this is still a winnable game on either side. It is a lead for TSM, absolutely. But it's within comeback range. We'll see if Immortals can do much about it.
I must not fall.
Right now, the Wild Turtle is huge. He's got 50% crit. He's got a Bloodthirst to make
I need water. Oh well.
attempted Rengar dive, and it should be just fine for him. Bot lane siege TSM, and this
No, they don't have any
drops
drags.
down. Immortals cannot defend against Baron like this.
All right, well, TSM finally able to take a moment to breathe here as they cleaned up not only on the outside, they've got Baron will be trying to counter, but Super Minions should provide enough pressure on mid that they can transition over to the bottom wave. Continue some siege. Looks like they're fishing for Ash Arrows at the moment. They'll retreat and grab that Drake. I don't think Immortals will block it.
Seems like they will right now. TSM holding onto the map and honestly fighting for those break this late. Not going to mean a lot. It's a free team to give away. Immortals only controlling some mini waves right now. Their wounds. TSM on them now. Make the driving beat. We're going to go top or bot lane. Several minutes from Baron and Wander still interacting. Play for rewards for 3 minutes straight. Eventually go to Baron.
I mean, look how quickly the vision is swapped as well. Immortals trapped inside for the entire duration of Baron means, anything they had outside of their base wall started to time out. So they're just trying to set up the first line of defensive vision. You can see that giant hump in the gold difference as it swings tremendously in their favor. Closing up once again, though. Pressure of TSM going 4-1.
Holy crap. What a lucky butt.
Play. Hanser in the bot lane, the rest of the team going back and forth mid to top. There's the wave shove, and now Wild Turtle joins his team in the top side. Turtle, the kill leader on his team now, on the back side. No other items added yet to the inventory.
Rally to me.
As far as gold, Turtle sits on 1,200. Here we go, top lane play. TSM waiting for the rotation. Those are not coming yet. No real rush into this.
Twilight fades.
Yeah, I heard it too, but
Sounded like
I know. I heard it too. I don't know what it was.
we've been had.
There
There
it
it is.
All right, they're going to go to the bot side because the wave is there, and that's a tempered fate to buy some time. True shot barrage. They got a flash out of the stuns, and it's damage on a Biofrost. The re-engage Svensker caught on that side of the wall. They've got plenty of damage to the Cassiopeia. Gonna burn him down. There's the kill picked up. The marksman is down. Nicely played. Ole set that up, and the team followed through.
Overdive there by TSM, and the Bard once again shining here for Immortal. Ole, we heard in that little video that only recently did he have the confidence that teammates, and gave him that confidence to speak up. He's also playing quite well. Let's take a look here. Layers it right on top of the Realm Warp, so he gets one to them. It's one of the easier ones to land, but that's not it. They then land a bunch of hooks. Suddenly carried up against the wall as well. Remember, that buys them some time to grab that super minion wave, wait for this inhibitor to spawn back up again.
Speaking of crucial timing, he actually canceled quick drop from Svensker. He had just started jumping the wall. Within an eighth of a second, the anchor landed on him. And it's unlucky for Sven. You can't plan those things to happen, but still fortunate for Immortals to guarantee that kill, or Sven would have gotten out. A small consolation. The inhibitor response to Immortals will be back up in time for the Baron. That's actually pretty crucial timing, to be fair. But the 5,000 gold deficit still for Immortals to work through. And Cody Sun had sidetracked his build. He's got a Cutlass and a Last Whisper, neither completed items. A bit painful, to be honest. We know that this Cassiopeia can carry team fight. Level 17 has 3 big items, 4 big items actually.
Yeah, and if we are going to come to team fights here too, keep your eyes on Dardoch. It's much more difficult to team fight as he gets farm. Going for a tank there. Really needs to wait for Flame to get inside and create some space for him. But he can have a devastating effect if he's able to single out one of those switching members.
Meh, oh well.
TSM into the mid lane, of course, no turret defending the inhibitor. The 5,000 only. TSM are generally supposed to win the fight. Mortals must outplay them to change that fate. TSM and they go back into the jungle, wards behind them, and that's Frogapur. Rengar pops for vision. TSM already through some wards.
Nice, that was nice.
But thankfully there's a wall in the way, and Cody Sun dodges the arrow. That could have been a catastrophe. And Immortals barely get away with that one. They could have died. Pepper Fate hits the back lane. Dardock's gotta be careful. He's running out of HP rapidly. Only almost gets killed by Rise. They find Turtle though, and Pobelter's into that one. They pick up the bot lane, and it's a support death as well as Ole's dropped the 1-for-1, but a better one. The root on Svensker. That's a dead Graves living up to his name. He's gone. He's 6 feet under. And Immortals. Oh no, we've seen this before. Oh, Baron again. For Baron is a risk. They're gonna try though.
They should 100%
burn.
burn this one once they see TSM.
They're not gonna
They're
try.
burning it.
They're trying to burn it down. They have the smite. Don't screw it up, Dardock, and he's gonna land this one. Hans to the front line. Pearls are running out of HP. They're gonna burn down the mid laner. You have to assume, but GA is popped and Flame is tanky. Pearson gets the kill. He trades the mid laner. Cody Sun forced to run. Hanser's in. He's gonna find a punch for himself, and
Holy crap.
just will not learn their lessons. They keep burning into the sound and losing their team for it. 100% turn, freak. Turn that one.
Oh, I mean, that is the cost of funneling all of your cooldowns into the Baron. Okay, so even, well, let's go over that later because this actually might be the end of the game. TSM are going in.
25 seconds of the respawn. There's 3 members here with Hanser joining Vile Frost and Pearson. Bot inhibitor's dead. Mid inhibitor could be a target.
Will they go for the Nexus turrets or switch to the second inhibitor?
Going for turrets. They're going for the game. TSM's trying to close the game out right now. They need this one to bring the series back. They've caught Ole. There's the kill immediately.
My
8
goodness.
seconds on Pobelter, 8 seconds on Cody Sun. They've got the time. This should be the game going home. A few more seconds in the respawn. It's going to be a tight timing. And TSM now looking for the Nexus. The arrow's not going to land. Here comes the re-engage.
Right, nice one.
Trying to stop this one in its tracks. And it's still a full HP. 3v4. Flames up in 3 seconds, and TSM are going to get pushed back a little bit. They're still here. They got all 5 members. They're going to try to close the game out right now. Svenskeren still cutting back and forth. Flame looking for it. Anchor's not going to land. Dardock going to get rooted up. Almost gets his life taken away. But Hanser chased down. The stun is there. Mid inhibitor's dead, but the chase is in. 1 kill comes through. Cody Sun not going to find anything else, but a shutdown means it's a 5v4 for now. The Immortals hold on to their base just barely.
Holy moly. All right, we'll take another look at it now. Even though the enemy jungler is going to have this smited away, you lose so much health, so much of your own DPS is on cooldown from burning Baron. Look at Dardock doesn't get to do anything. Pobelter was so low life that he gets chunked out super quick.